Hello, I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films. I got a few notes for you before the show. First, I want to thank you all for watching. We couldn't do what we do or the amount of things that we do without the support of you, the viewer. If you want to support us financially, which we always appreciate, you can go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, where you can donate as little as $1 a month to help us continue this and all the things that we do. I want to give a special shout out to our $25 supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, and Samantha Bates. Second, I want to let you all know that we here at Final Show Films are planning a little get-together up at Gen Con this year. That's August 2nd through 5th up at Indianapolis. We're going to be up there just sort of hanging out, enjoying the con, spending time together, and if any of you guys want to come up and say hi, please feel free. We don't bite unless you want us to. And if you enjoy whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to, be sure to check out our website at finalshowfilms.com, where you can find links to all of our other content, both podcast and video. And be sure to follow me at John A. Bates on Twitter for more updates on all of the content we're creating in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
What the fuck, OBS?
That's okay, I fixed it. I fixed it quicker that time. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Adventurers League Storm King's Thunder. I'm John, Game Master for the evening, and with me today is William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Farron Altarian, Human Paladin of Redemption.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Kindler Erasme, the High Elven Blade Singer who needs to get into Roll20.
And Jeff.
Hey, I'm Jeff. I'm playing Farbolt Chance, the half-elf rogue.
And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm playing Miracle, the idiot tiefling ranger.
And when last we left our adventurers, they had just left the city of Waterdeep, who had been overshadowed by a cloud giant castle, which seemed to belong to just wandering cloud giants. Who were just interested in the ruins that the city may have been built on, not actually in dropping boulders on them. Having left that behind, the group, and having left Fyron's family behind as well, the group traveled up the Desserin River, looking to get to the Desserin Valley, where they were going to find Grudd Haug, which is the seat of the hill giants in the north, where they would find hill giant Chief Guh, and try to retrieve a conjure teleportation from her. After about a day's travel up the river, you find yourselves in the city of Wamford, a tiny village along the Iron Road, previously known as Ironford, until shortly after a dragon was slain nearby, and the thick local accent corrupted the change of name from Wormford to Wamford. It's a small milling community. It has a market and a grist mill that they use to ship grain up and down the river, which is the dock that you guys stop at. Basically, you rode up on a cargo ship that's coming to pick up a supply of grain for a couple of gold. And as you step off of the ship onto the mill, you find yourself in this small town surrounded by farms. With a handful of granary and cottages, tiny shops in the market, and the dock that you're on is currently just underneath the Ironford Bridge, which is a long, narrow, ramshackle wooden bridge that spans the Desserin River and leads to a hill atop which looms a large, ominous-looking structure. Looks like it might be an inn of some kind, but it's sort of situated on a hill that doesn't seem to have any ground-based access to. It's very strange. It's sort of it looks weird. It's on top of the hillside. On top of the hill is a sort of walled community of ramshackle patchwork wooden towers and buildings. And it just overlooks Wamford. Anyways, so you are in Wamford.
Well, shall we get a move on then? Or do you feel like we need to rest here?
Oh, what time of day is it?
It's a little before noon.
Yeah, we can get going.
Let me.
Unless someone needs they need to pick up something.
I don't believe so. As far as the rest, I will let you know as soon as Roll20 loads up because it's taking fucking forever, and I don't know how hurt I might be.
You already would have had a long rest.
We would have.
Oh, okay, then
We
yeah,
stayed over at
we're fine.
Firen's place.
And I don't recall
yes,
anybody getting into a magical duel since leaving Firen's house, but...
You know what I've done in my off time.
Just randomly attack people on the streets of Waterdeep. That'll end well, I'm sure.
All right. Should people try and procure horses here so we might make our way to Grudd Haug a little faster?
That seems reasonable.
Point. We are going to be heading towards a bunch of hill giants. Is bringing horses is kind of like we're snacks on four legs.
Honestly, if we didn't bring horses, we'd be snacks on two legs.
That mentality is not going to help us talking to them, which we are going to do.
I summon Gilded Mane.
Horse appears.
Not all of us can magic up a horse. I go looking for actual purchasable horses.
Yeah, there's a stable nearby that you can buy horses from. Riding.
Man, it's been a while. It's been a while since Kinvalar had his fancy horse.
A riding horse is
When did we lose that, by the way?
when you started teleporting.
He's still in Silvery Moon, I think.
Yeah, Silver and Silver Moon. A riding horse is 75 gold.
Yay. Never mind.
Christ.
Actually, no, I have 75 gold. I don't have 75 silver because it's in gold.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I got
Okay.
like 1,700 gold.
I've got a lot less.
Yeah, I'll get a horsey.
You can buy a horse, 75 gold.
Yeah.
If you want a riding saddle, it's 10 gold in addition. Or just a regular saddle comes with it.
A regular saddle is fine.
Alright.
I don't really mounted combat.
Hey, I'm gonna.
Yeah, pretty much
apologize
the same here.
For the record, I'm going to apologize in advance because for whatever reason, Chrome is hitting Roll20 for me. So I'm signed in Edge right now.
Yeah,
So if anything fucked up happens, blame Microsoft.
and for reference, just for reference, the difference between a regular saddle and a riding saddle is not so much about combat as it is about padding.
What mechanically is the difference?
You get exhaustion faster if you don't have a riding saddle if you're riding over long distances. Because the riding saddle is meant for riding long distances, so you don't wear yourself out on the horse.
I am comfortable camping. Is that a better explanation for why I didn't buy a riding saddle?
That's fine.
Didn't want to spend 10 gold is also a perfectly viable explanation.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Do you buy a horse as well, Kinvalar?
Money. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I buy a horse.
You guys get a horse. And set off. Heading out of Wamford, you take the first left onto the Desrin Road, and actually, well, that's actually a good question. Do you take the Desrin Road north and then try to cut over to Grudd Haug, or do you go down until you hit one of the splinter rivers that the Desrin River split off from, or that split off from the Desrin River?
I mean, my suggestion was head down the Iron Road until you hit the split off river and take it north to Grudd Haug. Follow the river.
Which seems safer and or faster.
Like go this way until you hit there, and then go that way.
The road is safer. The river is faster.
So using the standard threshold of normal to deadly, how dangerous is the faster route?
I mean, we probably don't know until we start traveling it.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to say.
Yeah, it would be difficult to say.
I
until you start going up it.
am.
So it's
I
not
think
one of
Fyron
those
has the
places where
right-
there's a big red flag saying, everyone knows this is a really bad idea, but you can do it.
I mean, that's generally true for traveling off the road anywhere in the north.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no specific here. There be monsters.
I'm sorry, I have to ask these questions because
fine.
I don't already know this setting inside and
No,
out.
that's fair.
That's fine.
Fyron's suggestion is a good one.
Sure.
Take the road to there, and then travel inward.
I mean, it's just off the road is generally where you run into things like Old Snarl.
Yeah.
Let's not run into the giant,
Was it-
enormous.
Isn't Old Snarl one of the random encounters you can roll in like the High Forest?
I would
No,
not be.
not in SKT.
Okay.
Not in. I will go ahead and let you know. Clouth is not in SKT.
That's good. I have no desire to face what is. I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna assume like challenge rating 30.
I mean, he is an in excess of 1200-year-old dragon, red
Yeah.
dragon. So,
Yup.
anyways,
yeah. So take the road to the river and then the river.
okay.
I think that's the river. I think that's where the river is. Yep. Anyone opposed?
No, that seems like a workable plan.
Okay. So, you head down the road heading towards the river. Takes you, let's see, how far away is it? It's going to take about a day to get to the river, so I need one random encounter roll, please.
On it. $16.
Is that supposed to be a D20 or a D100?
D100.
D100?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Usually random encounters are...
D100s.
That's right, I forgot.
95.
Well, no, that's right. It's roll a D20, see if you get a random encounter, and whatever. I'm blaming us starting at a later time somehow for my confusion.
Okay. You pass so the day passes mostly uneventfully.
Wonderful.
And you get another long rest, whether or not it matters for anybody, and you eventually find yourselves at the river south of Grudd Haug. So a couple of things you notice as you arrive at the small bridge that flows over the river. The river is a lot lower than it should be. Like this is it's a tributary river, but it's a river nonetheless. And so it should be, at least close to the banks. What you're seeing now, rather than a river, is more a canal with a very small trickle of water going down it. Yes.
Does this setting have the concepts of drought, flood season, seasonal river flow?
It does, but none of that would apply currently.
Okay.
Which way does the river flow?
I mean, it
I'm
flows
assuming
south towards
south.
Vesserin. Yeah.
So it means it's blocked up upriver, which
Which
the
kind of
giants-
implies
giants
the
are
hill
doing
giants
something.
the giants may have dammed the river.
if we're lucky, they just wanted to make a very large bath.
Somehow that doesn't seem like it's in.
And
the
if
hill
we're
giants'
unlucky, we
substrate.
probably shouldn't be standing here because that would be a very convenient way to literally flush away inconveniences that are coming up the river to find them.
I want Aaron to know I have tried very, very hard and have been successful thus far not to make a damned pun.
I appreciate it.
Of course, by referencing it, I just did. But still.
It's different, but yeah.
But this also means that we are definitely entering giant territory, so we are going to have to be careful about wandering hill giants. They're going to be more active searching for food, things
You are
like
not
that.
incorrect.
Sans the horse, I can move at normal speed while traveling stealthily, but the rest of you can't because rangers are useless.
We just bought these things. Let's not abandon them quite yet.
I don't disagree. I'm making a joke about how useless, because that feature is cool, except for the fact you have to use it while traveling.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're usually traveling with horses or a party that don't benefit from Natural Explorer. Which I just realized is a 10th level ability that Miracle doesn't have yet.
There we go.
Speaking of ranger abilities, can Miracle, do you think you can? Has there been any old giant movement around here?
I can
To know
do
if they have been
checks for that
wandering
with
around regularly.
double proficiency.
Sure, give me a survival check.
Add an additional 4 to this. Wait, no, add an additional 8 to this because I don't have proficiency in survival. That's a number.
Okay, so that's 24. Yes, there has definitely been giant activity nearby. You're sort of looking around, and at first, what you thought was just bits of like the hillside strewn about, like rocks and things. You sort of lean in closer and start riding towards, and you see there are bits of buildings that have been crushed and destroyed, scattered around the river. It seems like there were a few farms along this particular river that have been destroyed, and there's definite evidence of giant activity within the area.
Recent activity, or is this? It's been like this for weeks.
Recent. Like, I mean, fairly recent. At most a week ago.
Okay.
So, that is what you find.
Yeah, I'll let everyone know that. Honestly, if there are one or two giants that are just wandering around more or less on their own, that could be someone we can talk to that could get us in the front door.
We can certainly try if we encounter one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you try to track them down or track back the way they came? Or just make a beeline toward Grudd Haug?
How far out are we from Grudd Haug?
You are... sorry, I switched way to a different map. You are about a little over a day's ride, 2 days walk.
Why don't we try it? We're not that far out. Why don't we see if we can track them, at least determine they haven't moved on.
I'm Farbolt looking around. Yeah, I just see a bunch of smash stuff. Which way did they go?
You can tell they went north along the river.
Miracle will point that way. Come on. Unless we have another idea.
No, that will. Yeah. That will appears to be our best option. So that sounds less.
All right, so you guys
Having confidence than it intended to.
you guys start heading north along the river.
Yep.
All right. Are you looking? So to clarify, are you looking for giants that are roaming around, or are you just heading straight for Grudd Haug?
Looking for giants that are roaming around.
All right, give me a perception
While
checks.
heading to Grudd Haug, I believe.
Yeah. I wanted to clarify purpose. Perception checks. And let me know what they are. 'Cause I'm
9.
doing things.
9.
9.
25.
Could I make an argument for investigation, since he's a bounty hunter and this is what he does, and that's the bounty hunting skill?
No, because with investigation, that is inspecting a specific area, not trying to see or hear giants at a distance.
That's fair. 21.
All right. So Fyron and Miracle, you guys are looking around and you're actually not seeing much. You're seeing more evidence of giants, but you're not seeing any actual giants themselves. Mostly, you're sort of also just sort of keeping an eye out on your immediate surroundings. Farbolt and Kinvalar, you guys are sort of keeping an eye further out, away from the immediate area, sort of keeping your eyes to the horizon, and you're also strangely not seeing any giants. You are certainly seeing, as you guys travel north, you are seeing more and more evidence of giants, further out away from the river. Crushed buildings, mangled fields, broken carts. It seems like, while there are no giants in the immediate area, they have been ransacking the local area for a while.
Are we on my favorite terrain?
This is grasslands, so I don't know if grasslands are one of your favorite terrains or not.
Let me check. Yep, forest and grasslands. Well, it won't have me find any giants, but if there's something attacking the giants, it might help. So I'm gonna take a spend to first level spell for primeval awareness, which doesn't let me know where the giants are, but it does other things.
What does it let you
I'm
know?
putting it in chat.
There are no aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead in the area.
Okay. It was worth a shot. Like, if there was a dragon preying on the giants, that might be a reason we see lots of giant activity, but no giants. That sort of thing.
Nope.
Okay.
All right. Oh, you continue
No,
north.
let's continue. Yep, continue along.
As the day ends, as the day begins to end, you see on the horizon. You're still quite a ways to travel from it, but you see a massive structure. The first thing you see is a large hill from which the Death Rain is supposed to flow, from which the river is supposed to flow, and a massive pile of lumber, sort of like piled up around it. like building up almost to the top of the hill, on which you see so you see this sort of piled timber packed with clay and mud from this distance, and atop it is a mud steading, basically a house made to giant scale, made of mud and things with a log roof. This massive thing just sort of sitting on top of the river, further up from where the river should be. That is definitely a new structure for those of you that are more familiar with the north. You imagine that's likely Grudd Haug.
And how far away?
It's getting to dusk now. It's good half day's ride from where you're at now.
Okay.
So tomorrow around noon, you should arrive if you continue. If you stop and rest.
This might be a good time for us to find a place to hide the horses.
Yes.
Okay.
Give me a struggle check.
I'm gonna quickly check what limited help favored terrain gives me, because I may have something for finding shelter.
18. That's surprising.
So
10, which is equally surprising. Because wisdom dump stat characters are fun.
I mean, I can try a survival check. All I've got is my wisdom to go off of, which is +1. Hey, 15.
When traveling for an hour or more on my favorite terrain, I do get this benefit just for future reference, but...
Yep.
17.
Make me another survival roll. Are you actively trying to sort of track the giants that are in the area while you're traveling?
Yeah, if we're finding lots of evidence that they were here, but not that they are here.
Yeah, so you're...
20.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, you determine that there are at least 6, 7, 8, 9. There are about 9 hill giants that have been traveling around in this area. The most recently they passed through here seems to have been almost a week ago. And the entire area just looks ransacked. It looks like they've been gathering anything they can find. As for the horses, yeah, you find there's sort of a semi-collapsed stable nearby that you can put the horses in. That'll at least keep them hidden from view. So, and also
Sounds
a good
good.
place you could rest for the night if you wanted to rest, or if you wanted to press on, you could try approaching. If you wanted to press on, you could get to Grudd Haug before the sun rises.
Okay.
If you wanted to get there before the sun rises.
Do we? It's like, do we want to encounter these things at night or by day?
We will have the advantage at nighttime, I believe.
I give a look at our human. You cool with that?
Yes.
Our
there is
clanky.
that potential problem that I always forget because I'm entitled.
No offense, our clanky human.
There is moonlight out. You can see at night.
It's dim light.
It's dim light. But
I
all of
also
you
don't have dark vision because for some fucking reason 5e doesn't give tieflings dark vision.
I will never understand that one.
Is there a variant of Tiefling that has dark vision?
no.
Probably.
There's a variant of tiefling that has produced flame.
Yeah.
I mean, let me rephrase. I will never understand that outside of balance.
I understand it from a balance perspective, but I always assumed there was like a lore reason for this, and apparently there's not.
I think Someone asked
Demons
Mike
and devils
Merles
usually
about.
have dark vision.
Yeah.
Tieflings do have dark vision.
Do we?
Speed. Your base speed is 30 feet. Dark vision. Thanks to your infernal heritage, you have superior vision in dark and dim conditions.
Oh, yes, I do.
Tieflings do have dark vision.
Yes, so long as you're fine with the only way of me being able to see things clearly is emitting bright light, which I can do.
ASMR are the ones that don't have dark vision, I think. That's weird that they don't have it.
Let me see here just to make sure.
Well, because
Do
angels
you know,
don't have dark vision, they have true sight.
Yeah.
Kinvalar, do you have any light magic or anything like that?
I actually do not. Surprisingly.
No one took the dark vision spell.
No.
Well, because everyone else already has dark vision. Why would you need to take the spell for your one human companion?
Hey, Kinvalar's like, oh yes, I didn't realize that.
You do know,
Because he's an entitled elf.
Miracle, you do know that hill giants also can't see in the dark.
Yeah.
So there would be, if they need to see, they'd need lights too.
I mean, let me rephrase. I cannot do anything that sheds light unless I cast like Burning Hands or Fireball from the Staff of Fire, and that only works for a short time. And I don't think it's worth. We need to see.
I can do it for brief moments.
Actually,
I can.
If I can find the description of the fire rune. I say looking at the GM because it's not in my notes.
There's a magical item in your inventory.
Oh, that's why I didn't put it in my notes, because I have it.
The shard of the Ild rune, or the opal of the Ild rune.
No, I don't need that.
Uh,
So, well, if we need, I pull out a torch that I have because basic adventuring supplies are weird. You can carry this, and I can put it out very quickly if we need be. If need be.
Oh yeah, torches. I have those too.
I sort of draw the Giant Slayer greatsword. If I need light, this can be a beacon of light.
Yes,
I'm
but
a
that's
paladin.
a beacon of.
I can make the weapon glow if I really need light. Also, I have my own torches.
Meryl's trying to be helpful. Jeez, why you gotta shoot him down?
Logic.
Yes. Also, do remember you do have, like I said, Miracle. You had the opal of the Ild rune, and Firebolt. You do have the shard of the East rune, I believe.
Yes, the ice rune thing.
Yeah. They do have magical
Not
effects.
putting it on a sword, because it's so much more useful off of
Oh
the
no,
sword.
they are so much more useful not attached to things, but they do have effects.
I just remembered that I have orange sign soapstone, also known as the instrument of scribing.
Yep. Also, I can put this into Jeremy's thing because he has it. Oh, blam.
What?
Right. I was putting the Staff of Fire magic item that I have in your inventory.
No, that.
Actually,
Oh,
I have a
yeah.
question.
No, you're good. I just
Yes.
added it to my character sheet. I just added it to the
What's the question?
D&D Beyond. Everybody should use it.
It's true. What's the question, Miracle?
As I understand, I am still a ways off.
Mhm.
How flammable does Grudd Haug look?
Well,
Given that it's a recently constructed straw and wood building.
it's mostly mud.
Oh.
There's plenty of wood there, and the wood that isn't part of the dam because the dam is actively getting soaked by water, would probably be able to be lit on fire, but most of it's mud.
Damn it. Way to ruin my stupid plan before I light myself on fire.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a beaver dam from a distance with a mud house on top of it. A giant beaver dam with a mud house on top of it.
Never mind.
So, are you approaching at night or taking a rest and approaching in the morning?
I feel like
there
night
anything-
will be more advantageous to us.
I mean, it's kind of rude to go say hi to your neighbors middle of the night.
Miracle, these are not our neighbors.
Okay, granted, we don't live around here. That would be kind of
Oh.
like we're the neighbors.
Just walk over past, break a couple of sugar.
But it's still rude to travel to someone's house in the middle of the night. What? Do you have different customs for when it is appropriate to come by someone's house?
Well, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Kidvalar has an aneurysm.
Breathe, Kidvalar.
You're gonna kill this ancient elf.
He's not ancient. He's really young for an elf. Okay. Accepting accepting the idea that we are going there to talk. If I were visiting someone, a neighbor or someone similar, because of a conversation I need to have, and there was a distinct likelihood that if I encountered any of the family members along the trip, they would try to murder me, yes, I would be very careful about how I traveled there.
Okay, fine. We can go at night.
Thank you.
All right. So, you approach. Under the cover of darkness.
Not a natural one, but it's not great.
Give me stealth checks.
Okay.
Miracle is probably, that's what the wisdom savings were, moving significantly faster than the rest of the group because we're traveling.
I have mithril plate, which means instead of disadvantage, I just have my regular -1 to stealth.
Hey, -1 is better than -1 and disadvantage.
But that is a natural one as I move stealthily. He had a normal pace.
God.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural
Right.
axe.
Okay, I've clicked it like 3 times, so we're gonna get like 3 rolls in there. But there we
16
go.
was the first one.
Yeah.
16 was the first one, not the natural one that was the third one.
So, Farbolt and Kinvalar, you guys are moving up quietly, you know, light steps, swift movement. Off to one side, Miracle is just is just full on Forrest Gump running. Just straight backed arms up, just and Fyron is clank, 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 clanking along beside you guys. Miracle has definitely gotten quite a ways ahead of you. And after a short while, you see there does appear to be a building, sort of just outside of this mound, and I'm gonna put that because Miracle's going much faster and is being louder. Let me see real quick.
The louder wasn't the plan.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, you can see from you can see as you're approaching a building that looks like it may have been a smithy at one point in time. Looks like it has a fire going on inside it. Like a campfire.
Okay.
Seems like we should sneak past.
That would seem to be the wise choice. We can go up and one of us can sneak up. if we'd like.
Just to see what's there. Or...
Mm-hmm.
Firebolt.
Okay.
You're our sneaker.
Yeah. I will try to sneak closer to see if I can get a look inside.
Give me a perception check, Farbolt.
29.
So as you get close, you see a figure darting out of the building and heading sort of around it. Looks like they're heading up towards the mound.
A human-sized.
A medium-sized
Or-
figure, not a human. Looks in the light of the fire, it looks like a hobgoblin.
Are there more things around the campfire?
You can't tell, not from this distance. But it seems like there's a hobgoblin darting out of the building and heading up towards the mound. We're gonna go ahead and shift you. You guys are further back real quick, but we're gonna go ahead and shift you guys to a map. Do.
Oh boy, we get to get belly flopped on by more hill giants.
Yay, my favorite.
Not necessarily, just very likely.
You're a terrible person.
So you're not quite that close. Everyone else, you're off the map right now. So
Okay.
ignore where you're at. Farbolt, you're at about here.
I mean, there isn't off the map section of the map.
It's true. It's true. But yeah, Farbolt, you're roughly about there, and you see a figure that looks like they're just about to duck around the corner.
Are they trying to be? Are they just running out, or?
They've run out and ducked around the corner.
I'm gonna try to move up to about here and see if I can hear anything
Okay.
coming from inside.
Give me another perception check, and that one, while you're doing that, the other one has definitely darted out of view.
26.
I would like to thank Jeff for single-handedly saving our die roll average so far.
You hear inside the building. You hear. Do you speak Goblin?
No.
Okay. You hear what sounds like goblins talking.
Bunches of them.
No, about two maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay there long enough to see, if I can. I'm mostly trying to take a head count, and because I can't understand the thing they're saying.
Okay.
And are there any windows or anything along the sides of the building? 'Cause I
There
don't
are,
wanna
but they've been
walk
boarded
in
up.
the door.
They are, but they've been boarded up.
Okay. And the guy that ran off towards the west here, right?
Towards up to the north. Like now,
Okay.
you're seeing. Yeah, you're
Around the left.
Yeah,
around the left-hand side of the building.
Yeah, you are now like at the foot of this massive beaver dam, basically.
Okay, yeah. After just trying to listen for a little while to take a head count, I will move back to the party
All right.
because I don't want to cut in front of the door from where I am.
You move back to the group.
Okay, so we have some goblins inside. Looks like a hobgoblin or something ran off up north. I'm not sure why. So,
Henchman?
Very probably. Speaking of henchmen, where did those ogres that we kept running into, where did they say they were going?
They had a location that was north. It was like north of the bog.
Okay.
It'll be intelligence roll. See if you remember.
Or did they say they were going to Grudd Haug?
Make an intelligence roll. See if you remember.
Let me check my
15.
goddamn notes because
Yes, Firen.
This is-
You remember they said they were
4.
going to Grudd Haug.
Okay. They were coming here.
okay.
We might have an inn.
Oh,
if
those guys were really
Shush!
I'm not actually talking loud. I can't
Yeah.
whisper and be picked up by my microphone. It's
Fair.
5 in the morning. No,
That's
it's not. What time is it?
It's 8:45. 8:48 a.m.
It's 5 in the morning.
I just love the idea of Miracle like remembering the ogres and then just suddenly going, "Oh yeah!" It's like
I mean, we
He's
are
not
going off of.
actually that stupid or unwise.
No, that's fair. We are going off of a natural 1 stealth roll that was just previously rolled.
It's true.
That's fair.
But no, yeah, fair enough.
So they might have underlings, so if we can find those ogres.
that is assuming, of course, that they actually managed to find their way here. They had gotten lost twice.
Yeah.
But
They
I'm
were
just saying that if having an introduction rather than a "Hey, how you doing," would probably work a lot better in them trying not to squish us at first sight.
Okay, so what's the plan for finding our friends?
Well,
At
these guys
about
make
this time, you hear coming from the mound.
I believe that is their alarm horn because they noticed us.
Yeah, I kind of expected that one.
Do I hear footsteps of giants?
You hear activity. I mean, I'm sure there are footsteps of giants in it, but you definitely hear activity.
what are the goblins doing?
You don't know. You don't see any goblins.
Nothing's coming out of the
Nope.
smithy.
Well, what?
Run and hide. We can go into the smithy. There might be a couple goblins in there, but they can be dispatched easily enough.
That's a great way to look like we're coming to be diplomatic, is to kill underlings.
I am absolutely stunned by the realization that I'm in agreement with
There
Miracle
you go.
right now.
Well,
We always disagree.
we don't have to kill them. We can.
Oh, we only beat them up and then tied them up. That's much better. Oh God.
If we're here to talk, our cover is blown. So either we talk or we fight.
Let's talk.
We'll need to find someone to talk to. Someone who's not an underling.
Meanwhile, John is thinking to himself, well, I guess we're starting Curse of Strahd early.
Hey, TPK is an exaggeration for a fight with goblins at this level.
It's also not necessarily an exaggeration for a fight with hill giants, but we've done pretty well against them before.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
The hobgoblin ran up north, so if we follow him that way, we
And
can
because
find
mechanically it's very likely we'll get into a fight, I will remind everyone you have a few good berries on you because
Thank you.
That's what we do.
It's always good to remember that.
yeah. You each have 2. One's for the bird and then
Bat.
the left bat. Yes. The the creature whose name in the Goodberry distribution screen is Wing.
Yeah.
See, I would give mine to God damn it.
Rilix?
Red
Rilix.
Feather?
Yeah, Rilix to Red Feather was yours. For a moment of silence.
Moment of silence for Red Feather.
I would give them to Rilix, but I suspect Rilix might just eat them.
I mean, cat's gonna cat.
Yeah, exactly.
So we cut across and move north, follow where the hobgoblin went.
Today's a good day to die. Let's go do it.
Might as well start moving.
Do.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you trying to be stealthy at this point?
I think we should still be.
Sure.
Another stealth roll.
Hey, 15, which means I rolled a 16.
17.
25.
6, because what is my roll average today? It's probably not great.
Hold on just a second. I have to picture for something.
Is it 4?
No, I
Mine
had 115, I believe.
Mind you, with stealth, I can't get below a 13.
Right, adding these in. So a 4. That gives you actually have a better average than I do.
Mm.
You're at a 9.29.
So, you come around, you guys go around the building, and you see to the north, there is sort of a rocky outcropping that is sort of like naturally there, not part of the mud and sticks and stones and everything, against which there is a ladder leading up to the top of it. And above that, you can see a tower that looks like it was built on top of the ladder. And from there, as you step around the corner, Farbolt, you're sort of just leaning at the corner of the building right now. The rest of you, however, look up and see this tower and immediately see a rain of arrows coming down at you.
Shield! Not the spell, just the shield up.
Yeah.
Also
Same here.
Also to our left, there is a bridge, fence, pillar, portcullis.
Bridge, fence,
I'm
pillar,
jo-
portcullis, yes.
I'm joking mostly, but it's just the fact that the words are all on top of that ice wall that seems
Yeah,
to be, or the river.
well, that's a river, and yeah, they're part of the map. They're not like objects that are in the thing, so they can't be hidden.
Yeah.
But does a 13 hit? 13 doesn't hit Firen, I'm pretty certain.
Nope.
A 12
Nope.
does a 12 hit Miracle,
No.
and does a 14 hit Kinvalar? Probably not.
Pretty sure that doesn't. Oh god, yeah, no.
So
I'm
yeah,
at
Firen,
16.
you get your shield up, but these arrows just scatter into the ground around you. But it does seem like there are currently creatures firing on you from that tower.
I don't speak goblin or giant miracles, so you may have to take the lead here.
Okay. Miracle casts. Fuck. What's the spell? Casts being a tiefling
Thaumaturgy?
to magnify his voice.
Thaumaturgy. Okay.
Thaumaturgy, yeah.
Hi, my name's Miracle. These are my friends, Firen, Farbolt, and Kinvalar. They have fancy introductions, but I don't care. I say something to the two nobles. We're here to talk.
Kinvalar actually
Hi.
starts laughing.
You don't speak giant, I don't think, because I think that's being shouted in giant.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, it's in giant. Your names are probably recognizable. and the pointing at you as I say your names probably helps you understand that bit if it wasn't obvious, but the rest of it is.
So in response, another hail of arrows comes down. A 7 misses Fyron.
Yep.
An 11 misses Kinvalar. A 7 misses Miracle. But a natural 20 hits Miracle.
I impose disadvantage.
That was already with disadvantage.
Damn it.
Because you're outside of their range. Or you're outside of the short range.
2 natural 20s.
Yep.
Damn.
So you take 14 points of damage, Miracle, as an arrow, in response to your words, an arrow hits you in the shoulder.
Okay, so Hellish Rebuke. Hey, I'm here to talk, you fuckers! Also in Giant.
What's the range of Hellish Rebuke?
They are outside the range of Hellish Rebuke, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah,
They are.
The only time I remember I have that ability, the people are out of range.
They are significantly out of range. They
That's
are.
fine, never mind.
They're in that tower that we can see.
No, you can't see the
Kinvalar's
tower.
like, can we
They're
assume
in
that
that thing.
diplomacy has failed?
Yeah,
I'm going to go talk to them.
they're about 400 feet away from you. Up, as well as out.
Yeah. Got it. I could hit them if I was actually using my bow, but not.
Yeah.
Kinvalar- Miracles continuing to walk up.
What are you you guys doing? There are still arrows coming down at you. What are you doing?
Yes.
Are you just standing there taking them, or what?
Well, no, I just said something,
I-
and Miracle just responded.
Yes.
So that's
I was thinking. I was thinking we dash up.
Okay.
But-
okay.
So you start dashing.
If you yeah,
Farbolt's going around the building.
Okay.
So dash over here, and then a bonus at movement dash, bonus action dash.
Okay.
And Frostwing's just gonna go up in stealth.
Okay.
Because I want him out of the way.
All right.
That has nothing to do with how the player is really tired and doesn't want to control 2 characters right now.
Another hail of arrows comes down. A 6 misses, a 14 misses, an 11 misses, a 7
Or
misses, and an 11 misses.
it is worth mentioning, since we have technically taken a round,
Yes.
for my bonus action, I am entering into Blade Song.
Okay.
So now my armor class is 19.
Yeah. Basically, we're doing this like you're all having a round and then they're firing, then you're all having a round and then they're firing.
Yep.
Basically, how it's going. So, back to you guys.
Another 60-foot dash puts me right here.
I was going to say, yep.
Seems about right.
Yeah.
And then, yes, this is movement dash, bonus action.
Okay. So you have all arrived at this ladder, roughly. You seem like you're outside of the view range of the tower right now, until you climb the ladder. The ladder itself. Let me see if I can give you a. Doesn't actually tell me how tall this plateau is, so it goes up for a little bit. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. So, who begins climbing the ladder first?
I guess the person with the shield and the heavy armor, just to stand there at the top and take arrows for a bit.
I mean, is it a medium person-sized ladder or a large person-sized ladder?
It's a large
or-
person-sized ladder.
So we could both climb up it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
could all.
It's
climb up
very
it.
clearly designed for giants to climb.
Yeah. I look back at Miracle, who still seems to be interested in talking. Thoughts?
By the way, John, you never told me the damage on that arrow.
I
14.
did 14.
And you know, a show of force to giants is not necessarily an end to discussion.
Fine. I don't think the upper management is here at the moment. I think they're just shooting arrows at us because we came close. So sure, works for me.
And also, Farbolt's point is a good one, is the giants tend to, in general, respect strength, so showing that we're not simply trifling snacks might be a good opener to debate.
True. Hill giants don't like being bullied because they get bullied all the time, but fine.
So
yeah.
Kinvalar and I start climbing first.
you climb up.
All right.
Flat
out.
And so yeah, you all climb up. Go ahead and organize yourselves however you want to organize.
Yeah.
Frostwing, I assume, is
There.
like
Sure.
yeah, off behind you or whatever. Yeah, so
He's got a decent range of movement when flying, so he's probably keeping somewhat pace, but just up really high and stealthy.
So yeah, as you climb up, you're now sort of on this plateau where there is this large mud house to your right, this giant-sized mud house on your right-hand side. And then the plateau continues up to a second level and then up to a actually very decently constructed tower, atop which there are currently a number of hobgoblins with arrows, with longbows out that are shooting at you.
Yeah, that's why it's decently constructed, because the hobgoblins built it.
You are now... I think you're still outside their range. So they're still outside the short range. No, you're actually now inside the short range. So...
I would like to apologize to our listeners if you hear the random car revving. It's a thing.
However, an 11, a 12, a 14 still misses. Farbolt, they can see you now, so they're attacking you too. And a 23 hits. Well, a natural
disadvantage.
All right, does an 18 hit?
8. What's my armor class now? Got new armor. Yeah, that will hit me.
All right. You take 6 points of damage as an arrow, as Fyron reaches out to try to knock an arrow out of the air, but it manages to connect with your shoulder anyways.
It skids off of my shield. It doesn't quite go wide enough and just clips your shoulder.
Yep.
So do we have a clear view of them at this point?
Yeah, you can see them on top of the tower.
They're just ways
You
out.
want me to... Okay.
Announce our presence.
So we're finishing this.
At the very least, we should deal with the hobgoblins.
With them, yes. Okay.
Yes.
So I grab the Staff of Fire off my back. And I'm spending 3 charges to lob a fireball up there.
All right. What's the save DC?
16.
They fail.
They take 29 fire damage.
They're all dead. So... Kinvalar pulls the staff off his back, reaches up a hand to pull a fireball out of the top of it, launches it, and the top of this tower just explodes.
Just for map clarification, this is the edge of a... Sorry. This is the edge of a bridge over here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a ramp leading up into the...
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was a bridge or a piece of a roof.
Then,
Roof. I'm not from Michigan, Minnesota, or any of those places.
With the hobgoblins dealt with, Fyron will take a dash over here.
Yeah, Miracle will probably follow, because I've also got decently high
Yeah.
AC right now.
All right. While you guys are moving over there, give me perception checks.
Will do.
Farbolt will
15.
trail
I
behind
rolled
slightly.
perfectly average.
11. Also perfectly average.
Yeah, I'm
That's
going
a
up that way too. So hold on. 5, 10.
All right. How many of you speak giant?
Miracle.
I know Miracle does.
That's it.
Okay.
Look, my character is specialized at speaking languages.
And I got a 22.
So you all hear giant dialogue being yelled from inside the building. Miracle, you can translate it as "Intruders in the hog, protect the chief, crush 'em, add 'em to the food pile."
Thaumaturgy. Actually, I don't have an action right now. Never mind. Actually, we're just here to talk. Sorry for being a little bit rude. We didn't mean to wake you up. We're not intruders.
Oh, we are, but
All right.
We're visiting.
So you
To
guys,
talk.
you guys have your turn now. And we're probably gonna be rolling initiative momentarily, but
You don't say.
I didn't even get a charisma check that time. That was how bad it is for him right now.
Byron
Yep.
just with the arrows no longer raining down, Byron just puts the shield away and pulls the great sword out, not in an aggressive stance, just pointed at the ground, but has the giant slayer on hand if need be.
probably a good idea.
Kindler's the staff is away. The sword is. The sword is still out. Hold on, I need to take a look at. So it lasts for a minute. Blah blah blah. So I have a blade song question for you.
Sure.
Do I have to keep fucking dancing even if I'm not like? Do I have to keep doing the weird the dancing movement
I'm
while
assuming.
the blade song is active?
I assume that while Blade Song is active, it's not so much that you're constantly dancing; it's that
Right.
you are in the mystical mindset
Okay.
of I am. You're actively using the Force to prepare to deflect projectiles, kind of thing.
Right.
Like you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure because
The magic is active.
That's
You are not.
great.
The magic is active. You are not currently Shakira. Your hips can in fact lie.
Yes, that is now how I view Blade Song from this point forward, and I am even happier that I am playing a blade singer.
So Kinvlar's doing this combination of belly dance salsa type thing.
I am okay with that.
What we're saying is we're slowly transforming the Blade Song Wizard into a bard.
Farbolt is still just kind of poking
So this
poking his
is
head around the corner of this wall thing here that he's leaning against.
3. So this is round 3. So that.
Effectively, yeah. So you guys have this moment outside. And you're looking up, and this is a sort of a ramp leading up into this house that is built on top of the dam that has been constructed. There is a large curtain blocking most of your view, and it is your turn. So
Curtain look flammable?
Yeah.
I'm gonna dramatically burn it away.
Okay.
Didn't see that coming.
Announce our presence. Go. We are here to talk.
I mean,
No,
they
not
know
in a
we're
bad way.
here.
No, not in a bad way. This is just announce our presence with
So
force.
the
Just go-
the curtain
came-
burns away.
I was going for a little more of like a cinematic thing. But yeah.
Just the white burn, just
It burns away
what do I
however
see
fast you were
inside?
expecting it to. Inside currently, you see, from where you're at, you see an inner wall. And another
Oh, that's
curtain.
not another curtain?
And there's also another curtain, but there's also an inner
Okay.
wall.
Well, I'm gonna move my 30 feet up. Which would put me roughly here. I'm gonna actually move here instead, so I'm not directly behind fire, and if I have to shoot arrows.
Dormammu, I've come to talk.
It's I've come to bargain.
Sorry, Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
And I think you're overselling the chief of the hill giant.
Yeah, I hope you are.
I really hope that Chief Guh is not Dormammu.
I mean, she does like to eat a lot. So yeah, Quinvalar and Farble, are you guys hanging back? Are you coming forward or what?
Moving forward, yes.
Yes, so go ahead and move.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, or...
At this point, you
5.
guys can hear the of giants moving about inside the structure.
Miracle, if I still want to announce that we're here to talk. So do it forcefully.
Okay. Thaumaturgy? For voice amplification again.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, my name is Miracle. I was in the neighborhood and I'm here to talk about the ordning stuff.
Okay.
It's in giant. Do I get a roll?
I was in the
No.
neighborhood.
We just happen to be wandering by. And
All right. Miracle calls out.
Miracle's not is designed to fly in the face of what Adventurers League games are all about. Yay.
I move forward into the curtain. Oh, hi. How you doing?
Well, several held actions go off as Fyron steps forward in the curtain. And we're going to go ahead.
He was a brave paladin.
We're going to go ahead and roll initiative at this point.
Okay.
I was like,
We will remember him fondly.
Maybe when William rolls a new character, you two can finally have characters that get along.
I have a 0 initiative.
Fyron and Kinvlar get along perfectly well.
Oh no, Fire and Kibble get along the best out of all of our characters.
Yeah. And I would point out that recent moments aside, Boldrin and Selena have gotten on very well after their initial rough period.
Until we start getting to murder spree.
Until mass murder, yes.
Huh, interestingly, the hill giants and Fyron are on the same initiative.
Oh, thank God damn. Highlighted.
Hang on, because I've got to account for all the creatures that are going to be coming up from below, too. Actually, no. Most of them... Only one of them would come up. All right.
I'm going on 18.
You guys... The announce your presence tactic, while not necessarily the worst idea,
Really?
makes
I would beg to differ.
makes me have to do a lot of modifications.
Seriously, the module doesn't have a if the party is really bad at stealth rolls.
Oh no,
version?
they do. They
They
does.
do not have. Apparently, it does not have a. This is a thing. Like, and in Wizards' defense, there's only so much. Wizards assumes a certain level of intelligence from the characters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has.
They also, I specifically created my character maybe a little bit to screw with the expectations of what an Adventurers League character does.
They have information for if you want to talk to them. They have information for if you want to fight them. They do not have information for if you want to sneak up under the cover of darkness, presenting as a threat because you rolled poor stealth, but still try to talk to them, and also present information about the ordning, which they
This
have,
is
like
where I wanted to go during the day.
It's like it's not that the individual actions you guys haven't taken. It's not that they don't have rules for those. It's the combination of the actions.
You mean it's the differences between each party member's tactics becoming this compromise?
Yes. All right.
Well,
so first,
someone's about to get violently rebuked.
well, first, several held actions go off. So the first thing you notice, Firen, as you step around, you see there's a large fire pit with a bunch of goblins, a very brutalized and almost dead-looking halfling lying on the ground next to one of 3 hill giants. The 3 hill giants all have large chunks of mud that they are throwing at you, and the goblins all have short bows that they're firing at you.
Okay. This is going to be great.
Does a 16 hit you?
Nope.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yes, because my shield is not out right now.
And does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
All right. You take 42 points of bludgeoning damage as
That
giant
giant
mud
needs
balls.
to make a wisdom saving throw.
As 2 giant mud balls hit you. Wisdom saving throw of 13.
That's not enough. He takes the damage he dealt to me.
Okay. One of them takes 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, and that was how much total damage?
42.
Across 2 attacks?
Yeah, across 2 attacks.
So reduce that by 6 with my heavy armor mastery becomes 36.
Mm-hmm. And you guys see Fire and just get smashed with mud balls. And then...
For our reference, for those of us who are behind, where do the mud balls come from?
They're coming from south.
This way.
Okay.
And one...
That will inform directions.
So a 6 and a 6 miss you. So arrows, following the mud balls, arrows start flying, but they end up hitting the mud and the ground or around Fire instead of Fire itself. A 9 and a 6 miss you. A 13 misses you, but a 22 hits you.
Yes.
So you take 8 points of piercing damage.
5.
And now it's Miracle's turn.
I'm gonna end up having to do this again, aren't I?
Miracle goes up to here. These are the goblins.
Yep.
Give me a second to confirm because it's a large-sized map, so it's harder to guesstimate. Yeah, that's within range. Put away the shield, take out the bow. Which 17?
Will hit, yes. Is that are you using the longbow or the oath bow?
The oathbow is not a +1 weapon according to stats that I got. So
Here, I'll put it in your. I'll put the magic item in your inventory. No, it's not technically a +1 weapon. No.
right now I'm using the longbow because I don't have any intention of swearing vengeance and death on any of these targets.
All right.
It's fair.
Yes, 17 hits. And which goblin were you aiming at? This one?
The one that's closer to me, this one.
Yep. All right. So yeah, you hit it with an arrow. It's still standing, but it Very injured. Goblins don't have a lot of health, but they do have more than 6.
Usually it's like 11 or so. I don't know.
Anything else on your turn, Miracle?
No, that's all I can do. I don't have many bonus actions.
Kinvalar.
All right. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, look, there's somebody. 30. There we go. And
So now you also see this row of goblins, one of whom has a arrow stuck in them. Behind them, there are 3 hill giants, and next to one of the hill giants is what looks to be a very brutalized and barely alive halfling.
Well, let's take a look at lines. That'll hit a good number of people.
Let 2
Would
goblins
that
and a hill
hit?
giant.
Would that hit both of those goblins?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 goblins and a hill giant.
Or I could.
What's the radius of a fireball's explosion?
20 feet. That's what. Yeah. That's the other thing I'm looking at. If I can.
If you plant it right there, you'll hit all the goblins and not the halfling and this giant.
I'm thinking even better.
Well, the hill
That
giants aren't gonna die from it. The goblins might just all shatter from a fireball.
No, but they're less likely to. The hill giants are then less likely to finish off the halfling because they will consider us the bigger threats.
I think they'll consider us a bigger threat when we wipe out their carpet of goblins.
Kinvalar wants the big game. So
Kinvalar doesn't care about goblins.
Yeah, I'm dropping the fireball so it will hit all those people I said it's gonna hit.
So 2 hill giants and 3 goblins? No, just 2 goblins.
Actually, no. If I put it right there, that will hit 3 goblins and 2 hill giants.
Okay. So roll the thing, and I will roll some rules.
Oh, now there's some damage for you.
Well, with a 1 and an 8, the hill giants fail. With an 18
Okay.
and a 21, the goblins succeed, but they die anyways. Because they only have 7 hit points.
Ha!
Kaboom!
Well, 3
That
goblins
is-
dead,
5
and 33 damage to the hill giants. So yeah, again, grabbing up this staff, pulling a fireball out of it and launching it into the room. Explodes, scattering mud and dirt everywhere, and also 3 goblins.
And then it flourishes back on my back, and I'm back in Blade Song.
All right. You hear the sound of stomping around in a room further in. Yoop. As things begin to move inside to protect the chief.
Are the giants' decks worse than mine, I wonder?
That's the same as yours.
Is it really?
They rolled a natural 1 to get a 0
Right.
as well.
Is their dex 8?
Yep.
Okay.
These 3 goblins in here sort of finding a new target, shift and start aiming at Kinvalar.
Yep.
Oh, look, a natural 20.
Disadvantage!
Does
I
it-
don't have my shield out, damn it.
Does a 19 and an 18 hit you?
Not anymore.
All right, so just with the
Because
natural...
because I throw up a shield.
So the natural 20 hits you, but the 19 and the 18 don't.
Yeah,
You take
there's
9 points of
nothing I can
damage.
do about that. Okay.
9 points of piercing damage as 1 arrow hits you, and then in response to the arrow hitting you, you throw a hand out, and this invisible wall of force bounces 2 arrows out of the way.
You said 9, right?
Yep, 9.
Okay.
9.
Firebolt.
I am going to cast Mirror Image on myself.
All right. So Firebolt once again assumes the image of multiple Firbolts shifting in and out of each other.
And
Firboltception.
everyone's right up here, so
Why does the dagger stop spinning?
I will move up there, and nothing's really in range, so that's pretty much it.
All right. You hear off in the distance. You hear somewhere from inside the building.
Does it sound like a puppy?
Sounds like a wolf. Firen. You and the hill giants are going at the same time, so you go first.
So I
Dibs on the new animal companion.
Kinvalar is like,
I action give myself 30 points of lay on hands, keeping 10 for other people, removing most of the damage that was done to me.
Yep.
And then bonus action, I cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
there you go.
So the mud balls will be heading at Kinvalar instead of Firen.
And then just like slowly the glowing Sanctuary shield upon me just start to march into the room. Giant Slayer just like dragging behind me. You know, we did actually come to talk.
All right. Hill giant's turn.
They did, but then they kept trying to murder us.
Wisdom saves to attack Firen.
Yep.
Natural 20
One of them gets to attack me.
and an 18.
My save DC is
Not 18.
Yeah, we're not that high yet.
And an 11. So, two of them reach down, grab a hunk of mud, and fling it at Firen. One of them reaches down, grabs a hunk of mud, flings it at Kinvalar. Does a 21 and a 25 hit you, Firen?
Yes.
20,
God damn it.
21 and then 22 points of bludgeoning damage. And does a 23 hit you, Kinvalar?
Not with my shield up. I'm at a 24 right now.
All right, so a mud ball flies at you and just splatters across this shield, not even getting any of you people behind you dirty, as it just explodes like a few feet ahead of you. Firen, meanwhile, again smashed with these mud balls.
How bad are you?
You're about to see in a second.
So with your 3 DR, it would make
That's how bad I am.
18 and then
That's not good.
19. All right, back at the top of the round, Miracle.
We're here to talk. Again, this is in giant.
Yeah, you can. So now that you can see them, and when you're talking, you can see their reaction. Make me a insight check.
They started it.
15.
So you can tell they hear you and understand what you're saying. They do not care, though. They have no interest in talking with small things.
That's why I'm not talking to them. That's why I'm talking to the presumably a chief or other people who can hear me deeper in.
Yeah,
Because again, Miracle has the deafening volume of thaumaturgy right
Yes.
now.
Yes. Make me a intelligence roll, because there is information you have from previous that might be relevant here.
I'm just gonna do investigation because it's a fuck you.
Never mind.
I hate my rolls in this game so much. God, it's better be fucking better at the dice.
This is nuts.
All right.
I guess I'll shoot one of those idiots. Never mind. I guess I'm shooting. Oh God.
So you
Wow, really? Two in a
Who's in
row.
my way?
you don't hit anybody. You
I
pull
was
the
gonna say,
you pull the bow back and just the arrow that you grabbed. Apparently, you fell on it at some point in time, and as you pull the arrow back to fire, the arrow snaps in half, and you're just holding like the fletching, and
Shit.
the arrowhead is just on the ground.
I like the idea as it goes up and then just bounces against my shield behind me.
Kimmeler just reflects it instinctively with the blade song. Yeah.
Anything with a bonus action?
Well, you
No.
have 2 attacks as a ranger.
I do.
Yeah.
I
Give
do.
a second attack if you want to use it.
Thank you. 26. Better.
Aiming at hill giant or goblin.
Hill giant.
All right, the one in the middle.
Sure.
That hits. Roll damage.
6.
Hits it. All right, Kidvalar.
Alrighty. So I will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, look, there's another one.
Yep, there are 3. I mean, there's more than 3, but there's 3 that you can see right now.
There. Oh. Oh, not gonna work. So I will. I'm assuming that this is not the cleanest of domiciles.
I mean, it's made of mud, so.
Not necessarily mud. I'm saying I don't. They likely don't pick up after themselves and have several tiny to medium to maybe even large items sitting around.
There's a row of goblin benches and chairs that could be grabbed, yes.
What about... So there's a fire pit, right?
There is a fire pit.
What about the stones from the fire pit?
You can do that too.
I kind of want to save my 5th level spell for something later, though. But almost dead paladin. Sure. So animate objects. I will. Are the chairs in
The chairs would be considered small.
and the fire pit rocks?
Would also be considered small.
Okay, so it's small no matter what.
Yeah.
In that case, the really hot things. All
right.
Yeah.
Let me search for rocks. How many of those can you make?
10.
Yes, 10.
All right. How many hit points do they have?
They have 25 hit points. They are armor class 16.
Yeah, +6 to hit and deal 1d8 plus 2 damage.
All right. Nope. Didn't mean to copy you guys in here twice. God damn it, roll 20, behave.
I feel like that's everyone's experience today.
I like
Look,
how
there's a second 28 health paladin.
when I try to undo the fact that I pasted you in there, it instead undid all the changes I made to that rock that I just put in. It's like, thanks a lot, Roll20, for being useless. 25, 25, 16, you said? All right.
And if
For
you
the record,
put it-
this
if
is
you-
not an actual roll. I'm just testing to make sure my thing works.
Yeah.
If you put it in as under his control before you copy it, it should make the copies under his control
Already
too.
did.
Okay.
All right, so this is gonna be fun.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so you have all of these animated rocks that are currently
Their speed is 30 feet, so yeah, they just rise up out of the
There you go.
fire and start shooting at people.
Right.
So we'll put this one here.
And
I mean, it's 30 feet,
I believe
so
you can see their names. Nobody else can, so that way you can have access to their.
so basically, yeah, pretty much I can put.
Are
it
their
down.
names? Are their names Rock, 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 and Rock?
Animated rock, animated rock,
Animated rock.
And Bob.
1, 2, 3,
The Rock
4.
has come back.
Animate,
Five.
Grudd Haug.
animate
Yep.
objects is the best 5th level spell in existence.
8.
I really
Nine.
want that. Actually, now whenever I make my tiefling bard, that has to be his line for when he animates a bunch of rocks with animate objects, because it will be one of his secrets. It's just the Rock has come back to random location.
All right, so now that they are positioned, they are going to bludgeon. We will start with that one there,
Okay.
which is attacking this guy with advantage.
Okay.
Please
crit and just wipe out these goblins.
17,
That hits. Roll damage.
8 bludgeoning damage.
Dead.
Okay. Well, god damn it, that means that one can't attack.
So it's just one rock flies out and just smashes into the face of a goblin, which goes straight down. It's as if somebody
This
went
one
over,
is
grabbed a rock,
actual-
and just launched themselves at a goblin.
Yep. Hope that should not be at advantage. So 11,
An 11
probably a miss.
is a miss, yes. As this goblin manages to get a small shield up and...
And then 3 attacks on that hill giant there.
Please kill.
18,
Hits,
23,
hits.
and 18. 8 bludgeoning, 5 bludgeoning, and 7 bludgeoning.
These other 3 rocks just pummeling these giants.
And then 4 attacks on that one.
Okay.
Pop, pop, pop. Watch
Natural 1, 18, 24, and natural 1.
So 2 of the rocks slam into each other. 2 of them hit, however. So
8 and 7 bludgeoning.
You're trying-
I mean, that's some good damage.
your micro needs some work, but you otherwise you just all right. Is that your turn?
That is definitely my turn.
All right. From the doorway that you can see a little behind these giants, you see a group of ogres come waddling out.
Oh, hey, I found our friends.
Enthusiastic waving. And they pull out some javelins and throw them.
At whom?
That's a good question. Kinvalar's a nice target.
All right, let's do this.
A 10 and a 15 both miss.
Both definitely miss.
Does an 18 and a 17 hit?
No, I don't even have to put up shield.
So yeah, so 4 javelins go sailing from this back room and hitting the ground
Spin jump.
next to Kinvalar.
Hip shake.
You hear some more. You hear some more thunderous movement. It sounds like more entities are coming, or sort of rushing your way. And 3 more
From which
goblins
direction?
come, sort of like skitter from underneath the ogre's legs, pop out short bows and fire. As these other goblins over here try to kill rocks that are trying to kill them. They both miss the rocks. It's just dance around in the air.
Swinging around at flying rocks.
And 3 arrows hit the ground next to you, but do not hit you, Kinvalar.
Okay.
Firebolt.
Okay, well, move forward here so I can see what's going on. So that's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I should be close enough to... Nope, not close enough. Bonus action dash to move up a little farther. And I'm just gonna single dagger over here to this guy.
Okay, roll an attack.
Just one of my normal daggers. $27. I'm assuming that's going to hit.
Yes, that hits a goblin. You kill it.
40. And that is my turn.
All right. One dagger gets a goblin in the neck, hits the ground. You're not gonna throw your offhand dagger at the other one?
No, I had to use the bonus action to dash.
Oh yeah, you did. All right. You hear the sounds of wolves running closer. Firing.
So both of those hill giants, all 4 of those ogres, and the 3 of those goblins that are over there need to make a wisdom saving throw as I cast Hypnotic Pattern on that spot.
Okay. What's the DC?
15.
Fail, 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 fail. All the ogres fail.
Good. Hopefully there'll be a big giant doorstop.
3 goblins fail. Hill giants fail and succeed. 1 hill giant succeeds, the other one fails.
And then I recast Sanctuary on myself because I have forced creatures to make a saving throw.
Okay. Hill giants, one of them starts smashing at these floating rocks with a great club.
Okay.
Misses and hits. Hits twice. I was looking at the damage, not the attack. Two of those floating rocks take 14 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
On the one in the middle. The one in the middle. The one
one in the middle.
Yeah, the one on the right still is hypnotized. The other hill giant.
God damn it.
Steps up. And swings his club at Firebolt. Does a 16 and a 27 hit you, Firebolt?
The 16 misses. But the other one, let's see. The other one smashes one of my duplicates.
All right, so Great Club comes down twice. You dodge the first one. The second one hits a duplicate. That makes it Miracle.
Shoot at the giant again, I guess.
Okay. 27 hits, 21 hits.
I
Or
do a ton of
11.
damage. Yay.
15 damage. All right. Anything else on your turn?
No.
Kinvalar.
Alrighty. Just a sec. Look at this one again really quick because they are bonus command or bonus action to have them all attack. So this one is going to move back there. We'll go there. Bleep bloop.
There's still one of those goblins up, by the way, next to that hill giant. You should be able to see him still.
Is there?
Yeah.
There, let me put him.
That one.
Oh, I see him. Yes.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he was underneath the names.
Okay.
The animated rock name. I won't move down way further than it was supposed to. Okay, so bleep bloop. Yep, those will stay there. Does damaging them breaks the hypnotic pattern, doesn't it?
Yes.
But you can theoretically, just bludgeon that hill giant to death.
This is true. Because these
Yeah, like you just pile all
Oh,
those rocks
look!
on them and manage to
all
hit
the
through 'em.
flanking.
Yep.
So we will start with this goblin with this rock that has flanking. $22.
Hits.
5 bludgeoning.
Not dead.
God damn it.
Hit him again.
Wham! The tooth goes flying out of the goblin's mouth.
He's dead.
Of course. The one where I needed to do 1 damage, I'm gonna bet. Because I rolled a natural 20. It was like 1 damage I needed to do, wasn't it?
2.
You need to do 2 damage.
You do 2 damage.
Sweet.
So
Of course.
you kill
That's
him.
where I rolled that 20.
I don't think you can roll less than 2.
No. The bone, the plus damage is
Yep.
2. Oh. And
see
then,
see how hard you kill him. Roll the damage.
okay. 8.
8 damage.
You killed him
That's more than his
again.
total health.
You killed
Yeah.
him. It's just
And then
there's a goblin smear on the ground.
this rock up here, which also has flanking. 22
Hits.
for 4 bludgeoning.
All right.
And then the 3 attacks on the middle hill giant
2 of which have flanking, 1 of which doesn't.
versus the 2 that have flanking.
16 hits.
16 and 25.
Both those hit.
7 bludgeoning and 8 bludgeoning.
And he's dead.
Oh, sweet.
As you kill the hill giant with animated rocks.
Well, there goes my whole plan for my turn.
So
And
just
then-
these 2 rocks just alternatingly smashing it in the face and
Whack,
gut, knock
whack.
it over.
Whack, whack. And then this one here gets 4 flanking attacks. And he's, well, you can't have triple advantage or whatever it would be at this point.
No. So they all have advantage.
21, 17, 18, and 23.
All hit.
Put him in a body
Seven.
bag.
10, 6, and 10. A total of 33 bludgeoning damage.
Just pummeling this hill giant with animated rocks.
Whack, whack, whack. Those were my bonus actions.
And then fireball. Why not?
Wizards, man.
And then no, I'm not going to use fireball.
You have
That's only out of the staff,
Come
and
on.
I only have 4 charges left in the staff right now.
all these guys
That
right
said,
here.
I am going to
Synaptic static.
That's Selena. That's
All right.
not. That looks like it'll hit.
I mean, it hit the rocks too, but
It'll also wake all the ogres and goblins up. It'll wake all the ogres up that don't die.
You're not wrong. All right,
Just
all right.
finish off the giant. He's got no health left. He also took a fireball. He didn't take the rocks from last round.
Just for fun, for funsies, I am casting a level 3 chromatic orb instead of a lightning bolt.
at who?
The one that has 4 rocks bludgeoning them.
All right. Natural 1.
If he's if he's like motionless or whatever
He just woke up.
incapacitated,
He's not incapacitated anymore because you hit him.
it's on the same initiative.
I know that's fair.
That's fair.
I should have advantage.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah, you have advantage.
Cap.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cap.
Do it with advantage. I don't care. They just hill giants.
18.
18 hits.
And at level 3, and this is going to be
Lightning.
let's go acid. Acid
Okay.
is 17 acid damage.
So this glob of Kimvari sort of spins out this glob of greenish gunk and launches it, splashes across the hill giant's face, burns away parts of its face. You sort of see the teeth and jaw on the inside exposed because of the acid.
And that is my turn.
All right. The ogres have to make a wisdom save again, I think. Or are they just incapacitated for an amount of time?
There is incapacitated for the duration of the spell until they either take damage or someone uses an action to wake them up.
Is it a concentration spell?
Yes.
Can you have it in Sanctuary up at the same time?
That is. Let me check. Is Sanctuary concentration?
I think it is.
I believe so.
No, Sanctuary is just a duration of 1 minute.
Oh, is it?
Oh, really?
It's better than I thought.
It ends if you make an attack roll or cast
Okay.
a spell that affects someone else.
Okay,
I'll
so
be
they're just
damned.
incapacitated then. They're gone. The goblins are gone. You hear the
Basically,
sound
if I do anything, other than
Sanctuary is
heal,
not
Sanctuary goes
concentration because everyone you cast Sanctuary on inevitably breaks Sanctuary on themselves.
This is true. Talia had that problem. I sanctuary you. I go attack. Fuck.
Yeah, unless I do anything but
There's a
heal.
reason Edmonds or Lavith stopped using that spell.
Yeah. Yeah, if I do anything but heal, Sanctuary breaks. So.
All right. You hear more footsteps on the inside. Firebolt.
Actually, hilariously, if I heal an enemy, Sanctuary still breaks because the text reads, if you cast a spell that affects an enemy.
Now this giant is still up, right?
Oh yeah, that giant's taking no damage except for the one rock that hit it,
The one rock, yeah. So,
or the 2 rocks that hit it. Sorry.
2 rocks. Firebolt's going to
Oh,
move
it was
up
1 rock.
here,
That was
leap on the table, and draw his 2 frost daggers and make us just leaps up, stabs at the giant.
All right.
Actually, that's with advantage because I am flanking with a rock, just to see if I get a critical. Nope. So,
All right. 28
10
hits.
points of damage. 10 points of damage for that one, and the offhand one.
19 hits.
19. No, wait, I get sneak attack for the first one.
Yes,
I mean,
don't forget your
you
sneak
can
attack.
sneak attack for either of them.
Either of them. So that's another 12.
All right. So yeah, you jump up on this
10.
table, whip him out, and just drag daggers through him.
22, 20.
17 plus 12 is 29.
Oh,
He's still up, but he's still got a lot of health left. All right. You hear the sound of wolves coming closer. Actually, you will probably see them. Yeah, no, you'd see they have enough movement. You see coming from, sort of stopping just behind where the ogres are blocking up the door, you see a large pair of black wolves approaching.
All right, then.
Farron.
I'm going to cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds on myself, which, knowing my luck, is going to heal less than if I just used my last 10 points of Lay on Hands. The base one did, but with the higher level cast, that's 21 points of healing, which is good because that puts me at 49 of my 76 hit points. And I will just I'll just stand here and provide more flanking until this giant is gone for right now.
Alrighty. Hill Giant's turn. One of them swings feebly at a rock because it's being killed by rocks, but misses with both swings.
Yes!
The other one turns and tries to smash Farbolt. Does a 25 I think hits you, but a 10 I think misses.
10 misses, 25 does, and rolling. Oh, good. Thank God. And it smashes a second mirror image.
Also smashes the table you're standing on, but... and you guys can now see 2 more hill giants coming from the room beyond.
Ogre is blocking the path.
Yep. That makes it Miracle's turn.
I'm walking actually into the building so I can see what's happening a little better. And the one that everyone's on, I'll just shoot an arrow at.
Okay.
I get to do so little in combat. It's hilarious.
17 hits. 13... hang on.
No giants are big.
13 also hits.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 7 damage and 9 damage.
Alright. No spells? No.
Let me look at my spells and see if there's anything I can actually do. No.
You never took Hunter's Mark, did you?
No, Hunter's Mark is a useful spell.
Yeah, I know. That's I wasn't gonna say it, but
No, the one spell I have that it's an action but might be useful in this situation is darkness.
Okay.
that's an action. Yeah.
Kindlear.
All right. Commence the murder. So this guy's gonna come over here. We want to keep those. Well, you know what? I can kill those goblins without killing.
You can just peg the goblins out and they'll be gone.
Doopy doopy doo. I gotta make sure here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Just makes it. And
As the Rock Brigade comes forward.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Because I think 2 should probably be enough to kill that guy. 5,
He's looking
10.
pretty weak.
Won't you make your attacks and then move the rest?
I try to be fair and move them all at once. Otherwise, like, this spell is broken enough as it is.
Yeah, no.
So, point of order. This rock is still flanking, so you can just swing with it last in case
That
the
is
ogre's still alive.
exactly what I am doing. I will have them all move at the same time, but I have no problem with gaming
That's fine.
what order they attack in. So let's do these 2 to see if I can kill this hill giant.
I mean, you can still move that one in the upper right-hand corner. Because the 2 were already flanking. You could still move that upper right hand one to like attack a goblin or something if you want. That way you only have 2 on that ogre.
Oh, that's true. But the whole point was sort of to
Leave a third rock in case he's still alive.
in case he's still alive.
That's fair.
So yeah, we'll stay there.
Okay.
It's 1 rock.
Yeah, so start with the 2 that are up top.
Yeah, the 2 up top. An 18
Hits.
and a 24.
Both hit.
3 bludgeoning
Okay.
and 7 bludgeoning.
He's dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whack! Whack!
As you bludgeon a hill giant to death with small rocks.
And then
All
the
right.
4 that are on the other hill giant.
We'll start with 2 attacks on this goblin.
And do it.
Yeah, I'll get to the hill giant last. Or that other hill giant last. So these are not with advantage. Or no, they are because they're incapacitated.
Yep.
26 and 24.
Hit.
7
Dead.
and 6. Then the next one 25.
Hits. Dead.
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 And 25.
Hits.
10.
Dead.
Dead. All 3 of the goblins, they didn't even get a chance to wake up. Just
Just
That's
it's kinder this way.
Yes. Shh, shh. Don't fight it. Don't fight it.
They did.
Okay, 2 advantage attacks on this hill giant over here.
got 4 actually, because Kinvalar's flank or Farbolt is flanking.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
Firebolt
all
is
of
right.
them are all of them are advantage.
21, 27,
All
and
hit.
20.
10, 10, 10, 10.
Just
Six.
before you do.
3, 9, and 3.
18 plus 3 is 21.
All right. Still up.
So the funny thing about this, by the way, is that my average for the session is still below 10 because just about every time I've rolled a high to hit, it's been paired with like a natural 3 or a natural 5. That was the other one. Anyway,
So what are you doing for your action?
Oh, that's right. I still have my action.
Action.
Just run up and
How
hit the giant that's right next to me.
Yeah. Kinvalar has been relying too much on his spells for the moment. So let's just run right up there and let's do a physical attack.
Just flank with your own rock.
Yup.
Do I have this? I think I have the spell on my wizard.
I'm certain
21.
that Galadir has animate objects.
I feel like he should. He doesn't.
For
I need to
5
fix
slashing.
something. 21 hits, 5 slashing damage. Shing!
You have extra attack in your blade song?
Oh, that's right. I do.
The one wizard archetype that gets extra attack.
For 6 slashing.
All right. And 2 slices.
I mean, I'm kind of willing to call it, if you pick certain spells, Bladesinger's kind of a broken class.
Just 12 attacks in a round.
I mean,
You know.
that's wizards in general.
You know,
That's
Yeah.
true.
Do you have Steel Windstrike? Because that seems like an appropriate spell.
No, I don't know what that spell is.
It's one of the Xanathar spells.
It's a Xanathar's got you
Uh-oh.
teleport beside 5 people, hitting each of them for like 3d10.
What?
It's Omni Slash.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
But-
a really good spell.
Good God. Yeah, that's my turn.
Yeah, no, that's one of the ones that's one of the 5th level spells I'm wanting to get for Seth.
I thought we established that Seth didn't get it.
Oh yeah, that's right. It doesn't have 5th level spells. Damn it. Never mind. Elders don't get them. I keep forgetting that they stop at 4. that makes it ogre's turn. They don't do anything. Orc turns. All right. So now you see a line of orcs, also lining up behind the ogres because they can't get through.
It's like the ogre is like,
Just like get out of the way.
now, to be in fairness, a creature can use their action to wake up a person who is entranced.
Yeah, but they
Assuming you
haven't
know
gotten
that's
to them yet.
Clearly
They
the
had to
wolf
dash
behind
to
them.
get there.
They can either do damage or use their action, which I think in the case of the orcs, they might just swing their swords at the ogres and be like, "Wake up!"
That'll be the hill giant's turn next. Farbolt.
Oh, my turn. Yeah, jump up on the ruins of the table and stab the giant.
Continue stabbing the giant.
And I get advantage on these because I'm still flanking with a rock.
You are flanking with a rock, yes.
18, so that's
Someone needs to
Eight
add
plus
it into Twitch advice.
20
Flank with the rock.
rock.
Flank with the rock.
28 for the first shot. And 24 to hit. That should hit him.
Yep.
And another 6 points of damage for the second knife.
Hang on. So, you killed him on the first hit.
Okay.
I was doing math.
The second one's just for spite.
So yeah, Farbolt gets up, stabs into the hill giant, just rides him to the ground. Wolf's turn. The wolves just go through because they can.
Yeah, because they're not as big.
But they can't really get to anything, and they don't quite get that the animated rocks are a problem yet. So they just sort of end up over here. Firen.
I will walk over to this halfling and lay on hands for 3 points of healing.
All right. Help me.
Run.
Stay down and, either stay down or flee. The entrance is open. And I just I don't know why I became Spanish there.
The halfling sort of crawls underneath a nearby table.
And I will... Can I just, not use the greatsword and just hold it lightly and pull my shield out and just have to put the shield down to swing?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to use both hands to attack with it, but just to have it out, yeah, you could just sort of tip down on the ground right now.
Yeah, just greatsword tip down, shield up, because I'm not swinging right now. I'm in Sanctuary.
Yep. All right, that it?
That was only how much movement? I was standing right here. It's 15 feet. Yeah, we'll stay right there.
All right, hill giant step forward. They don't need to get closer.
Yeah, they have range.
You see a third hill giant joining behind them.
Now, is this table down here, is this a giant-sized
Yes,
table?
that's a giant-sized table.
Okay.
And they can't really... They see Firen. So they have to make wisdom saves. 7, 6, and 3. Okay, they can't attack Firen.
So they lose their attack and they don't have another target.
And they can't really target any others. They're too far away. So, yep, they just sort of stand there with giant mud balls in their hand, trying to figure out why they don't want to throw them at Firen. Miracle. There are now a pair of wolves in the room.
There's no rules for this that I am aware of. So I will ask the GM.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make animal hand... Actually, where are the wolves first?
They are over here.
So I can't get over there. Because my question was going to be, can I make animal handling checks to take over the wolves and have my own wolves?
Theoretically,
instead?
yes.
Cool.
If they're not
Go for
not
it.
magically controlled, if they're just normal wolves, then yeah, you can absolutely tame them.
Do it.
Do I have to get into melee range of them to do that?
You'd have to get. Depends on how you're trying to tame them. Do you have food that you're trying to offer them?
Yes.
Then you'd have to get within. I'd say.
Visual range, probably.
Yeah, they'd have to be able to at least see you. And right now, there's sort of a bonfire between you and them.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm really far away from everything at the moment.
So
which
it happens
is kind
with
of by
ranged
design,
characters.
but
All of this over here is mostly just corpses and floating rocks. So it's like.
can I move past the floating rocks?
Yeah, they're not. They don't hinder you.
Cool. I'm still 50 feet away from the corpses and floating rocks, so that's not actually what I'm gonna do. Instead,
I will say if you want to use your action to dash up, I will say you can use your bonus action to try to like entice the
Cool.
wolves.
I will do that, which gets me basically to there. Hi, Fyron! And then I'll pull out some of my rations and
Right,
meats.
give me an animal
and-
handling roll.
17!
17.
Okay. They seem
Nice.
receptive to food. Now that you're close up, you see that it looks like they don't get fed very much. So food may be the exact right thing to give them.
Yeah.
See, this is one of those points that I'm really sad this isn't an evil party, because I could see Miracle running up, and since the hill giant is dead, just carving off a piece of the hill giant, like, here you go, boys, here you go.
Just feed him a
Yeah.
goblin. Just feed,
I
feed him
really-
a goblin.
I
If
really
it
do
was
wanna-
an absolutely desperate situation and the wolves were starving, maybe, but Miracle is technically neutral good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we were an evil party, that would be great, because then not only would we be luring them over to our side, but we'd be giving them a taste of hill giant meat for the other encounters to come.
You know, I really do want to do an evil campaign at some point, because I feel like our group of people can actually seriously do a legitimate evil campaign that's actually
Evil
really good and
campaigns are the
compelling.
I would love to do an evil
Facts.
campaign. Kenvalar, it's
Yeah.
your turn.
Okay.
Anybody wants to run an evil campaign, just let me know.
Well,
No,
I
I'm
think
running
at
2
this
games
point-
already.
yeah. I think at this point, I kind of have to start bludgeoning the ogres.
Or just
Ah.
fireball them and then bludgeon what's left.
Oh, that's true. I could do it in reverse order. No, I am going.
Like you can plant a fireball
They are-
right here
so they
and
are-
get
they are
all
currently-
of these.
So if you plant it on this orc here, that will hit literally everyone.
That's fine. I still got higher level spells for whatever else we fight.
Fifth level
Yeah,
fireball.
let's do it. Oh no, it can only be cast at 3rd level because it's through
Oh.
the staff.
Oh, you don't have fireball yourself?
No.
Ah.
Interestingly, not one of the spells I've ever decided to pick. Not the best damage, but there we go. 26 damage.
To every single, like, hang on,
To
how many creatures is that? 1, 2,
everything.
3, 4, 5,
So-
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's over 200 damage in one fireball.
If they all fail their saves.
But with the ogres being incapacitated, do they even get a save?
That's a good point.
They don't.
Yeah, if you're incapacitated, you automatically fail dex saves.
Meanwhile, while you're calculating that,
Oh, you should be able to
There.
see what's changing.
Just like,
oh, I see. Boop, boop.
Orcs didn't even get to do
10.
anything, man.
I'm also about to be a real dick. to these creatures.
5, 10, 15, and I don't think I can get these over far enough. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Because
6.
I'm last in the initiative. I get to do awful things by manipulating the fact that I'm last in the initiative.
4, 5, 6.
If you stone my puppies before I get control of them.
Don't kill the wolves. They didn't hurt nobody yet.
No, he's talking about the ogres.
No. Because I imagine that charisma is not exactly a hill giant or an ogre's strong stat.
Nope.
So we will rearrange these slightly.
So all of them took full damage because none of them rolled good dex saves. The
Sweet.
orcs are all a pile of ash. The ogres are singed, but still up currently.
All right, and those 2 ogres in front, each of them have 3 rocks flying at their big, dumb faces.
Okay.
So with that optimum damage fireball, or not that like everyone failed, you did 312 points of damage.
Wonderful.
And now for the animated rocks. Hits,
15,
hits.
11, 21,
These should all be with
21,
advantage, by the way.
22, 11.
Those should all have all been with advantage.
Oh, that's right, because they're still
Yep.
there's initiative. So
They all hit
that's
anyways,
15, 21, 22.
Just to see if there's any criticals.
Yeah. So that is 1, 2, 3. Damn it. 4, 5, 6.
they all hit.
Okay. So first 3 are on the
Top,
northernmost one.
Yep.
1,
3,
2,
9,
3. So a total of 17.
5,
And 1, 2, and then
7,
24.
7, 10. They're still up.
Okay. And that is my turn.
Orcs are dead. Goblins are dead. Farbolt. Oh, say ogres.
Oh.
Actually, ogres. Ogres.
Oh, okay.
It's
They actually
all
get to do something.
ogre
Now
now.
that they get to move.
It's
They wake up realizing they're being bludgeoned by rocks.
all ogre now.
There's
Just
there's
Monica.
thought and pain and rocks, and I don't understand.
They both crit 1 rock each.
Okay.
Starting at the bottom. So the bottommost rock and the topmost rock. The bottommost rock takes 23 points of damage.
It's still alive.
The topmost rock takes 15 points of damage.
It's still alive.
And then the 2 behind jab at them with throw javelin at them. 21 and 22.
At the rocks?
Yeah, at the rocks. The topmost rock takes 11 piercing damage.
Okay, it's finally dead.
And the bottommost rock takes 14 piercing damage.
Oh, the bottommost rock had 2 hit points left.
So the 4 ogres take out 2 rocks. Fireball. Why am I on
Okay.
fire and also being punched by my
and
fire?
it should be noted that there's still 3 rocks in the reinforcements ready to move.
Sorry. Because
Rocks.
this is particularly funny. Effectively, from the ogre's perspective, the fire pit exploded and pummeled them.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with the small folk, guys.
Run down here. If I move under the table, am I able to hide?
No, not effectively. It's a giant table.
Okay, well, I'm still
giant
moving to the
people.
table.
From the
5,
giants, sure, not from the
10,
ogres.
20.
The giants aren't in the room, so
Eh.
you can hide from them just by stepping behind
Yes,
the wall.
they are. They're dead.
I'm still going to move under the table.
Yeah.
and I am going to use the mantle to cast Icy Mantle on myself.
Okay. Or the
Which-
Ild rune? Yeah, or the Is rune?
Yes.
Wh-
Yes.
Which does what?
Which does for 1 minute. The next time I'm hit with bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage, the damage is reduced to 0.
Nice. So Firebolt
Or
ducks underneath the table,
one attack.
pulls out this shard of the East rune, and just like puts it to his shoulder, and this sort of veil of frost covers his armor. And that's your turn.
That would be my turn.
The wolves run up to Miracle and begin eating the food offered.
Go wolves.
Firen.
So I'm about to be a real asshole. All those ogres and all those giants need to make charisma saving throws.
Oh my god.
14,
As I
16.
cast calm emotions.
What's the DC?
15.
15. So 1 fail, 1 succeed, 1 fail, 1 fail. Natural 20, a 9, and a 16. 1 hill giant fails, 3 ogres fail.
So everyone that fails is now indifferent to hostility.
For until very soon.
Hill giant's turn.
Until
they
a
recast
lightning bolt
Sanctuary.
goes up their butt. You know,
So one of the hill giants looks over at the one that has suddenly like lowered their thing and just slaps him in the face. What are you doing? Hits him, does 14 bludgeoning damage. And then points, throw it! And looks over. 17 wisdom save. Throws a ball of mud at Firen. And the other one, a 14 wisdom save, loses the throw. Does a 17 hit you, Firen?
No.
All right, so you get out of the way as a ball of gunk flies at you.
This is what the Paladin of Redemption is. They go from being the frontline holy warrior to just support caster. Just stop fighting, all of you now.
That makes it Miracle's turn.
I am taming wolves.
Make me an animal handling check. With advantage because you have food.
For the audience's sake, Miracle's not actually proficient in this skill. 16.
You're pretty certain that these wolves are now your friend.
Yay.
They're not like bound to you like a summoned animal would be, but they are friendly to you.
Yep.
So they're not going to attack you at least.
I'm just keeping them sort of distracted and barring any of my party attacking them, more interested in the food than in eating the party.
Oh, yeah. So this is going to take this could take one day of your rations per wolf. This is what you're feeding them currently. So, Kinvalar,
All right.
you attack the wolves.
No. Kinvalar has no desire to face Miracle's wrath.
So
You probably shouldn't, because while he's not very good at combat, he has some combat spells.
And
So
15.
which ogre is the one ogre that made the save against calm emotions?
It's actually the one in the back, the top back.
Okay.
there we go.
I also like that the Paladin of Redemption has the weapon that makes this fight a lot easier.
Well,
Okay.
true, but I've been getting smashed, so I've been trying to avoid getting straight into the thick of it.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, also, I forgot to move on my turn. I was just gonna move to
That's
the
fine.
other side.
Yeah, move to wherever you were moving.
So there's the movement, and then the rocks are going to murder.
Okay.
As rocks do. And finally, they don't have advantage.
No.
21.
Hit.
And this is from top down.
Yeah.
21, 22,
Hit.
26, 19,
Hit.
27.
One more.
Nope. This one's too far back.
There's
There's another.
six of
There are
them.
6 around them. There's one more
Do
at the bottom.
Did I only roll 5? Oh, okay.
Yeah. You only rolled 5.
And 14.
Hit.
So 3 on, and obviously that was 3 on the top, 3 on the.
Yeah. Roll damage.
So 12, 19 to the ogre on top,
Dead.
and 17, 27 to the ogre at the bottom.
Wow.
Dead.
And then
These are a lot more. These rocks are a lot. You're finding rocks are a lot more effective than bottles.
Yes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And you know what? I think I'm going to
Are you gonna sacrifice your rocks?
I'm half. Oh no, I don't have catapult memorized. Damn it! I was gonna catapult one of those rocks into him.
Catapult is such a good spell, but it never works.
Can you catapult a dead body?
No.
No,
Too
it doesn't matter. I
good.
don't have the spell prepared.
Catapult is the cinematic force throw spell.
Can I somehow place a lightning bolt where it's gonna hit all 3 of them?
Yeah,
I
actually,
got-
that,
and it's
that
just
line
gonna-
right there hits both of the
Okay.
ogres that are left standing and all 3 hill giants.
Yeah, because remember, lightning bolt is 5 feet wide.
Yeah, lightning bolt's 5 feet wide.
I'll hurt my rock.
It also
but-
hits. It also hits 2 of those rocks. Those 2 rocks in the
That's
middle.
fine.
The 2
Rocks
center
have
rocks.
dex saves too.
You do.
All right, let's do this. I will cast it at just level 3. You know what? No, level 4. Level 4. Damn it. So, for those at home, or for those everybody, Microsoft Edge fucking sucks.
It does.
Why is that?
That's lightning lore.
Lightning bolt.
For those at Microsoft who keep on trying to force us to use Edge, it fucking sucks.
31
Stop it.
damage,
I'm gonna make a dex save. for
and
your
my
2
rocks
rocks.
have to make dex saves, and their dex is I have to go all the way up here. Well, here, look at this spell. I believe their dex is 14. Small. Yes, dex is 14, so they have +2 to their saving.
Lightning bolt strikes through, hitting all 3 hill giants and the 2 ogres. The 2 ogres are still alive, technically.
Okay. 1d20 +2. Okay. One of them failed and is gone. Poof. And
Yeah, it would have been the other one in the middle.
yeah.
Made it.
And it made it, so it took 15.
All right.
I love that a rock is better at making dexterity saves than
Then I am.
When
apparently hill giants and ogres.
yes, when a rock is magically floating in the air as animated by a spell, it is better at making dex saves than a large creature. That's the end of your turn. Ogres step forward onto the bodies of their comrades and try to avenge them on the rocks. 17 and a 20.
I mean, those will hit.
This rock right here and
Is
this rock right
probably
here
dead.
both take 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep, that's enough to destroy them both. It's okay. There's still one rock ready to move in as a reinforcement. Oh, two rocks. This
rocks,
guy's
one next
still
to
up
me.
there.
Firebolt.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. I'm going to have to step forward a little bit. And I'm going to
So,
throw a dagger
Firebolt,
at-
you can now see through the doorway, there are these raised platforms on either side of the door. It looks like there's a couple of goblin corpses up there. But beyond that, you see, from what you can see, all you can really tell is this massive mound of flesh sitting on a pile of food, currently like shoveling things into its mouth. You can't really see much, but you see it's like the vaguest bit of it.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a little disgusting. But
We found Chief Guh.
throwing a pair of daggers at this ogre at the bottom here.
Okay.
Yeah. 14.
14 hits. Roll damage. It's dead.
And okay, and offhand dagger at the one above.
Roll the attack.
16.
Hits. It's dead.
It's dead. Okay.
They both had 1 hit point.
And I'm going to use the rest of my use the rest of my movement to go up against the wall.
Now you can no longer see Chief Guh. The wolves continue to eat the food provided to them by Miracle. Firen.
Okay, are both those giants dead?
The
Are those ogres?
Yeah, the ogres are dead. The entry is now clear to the hill giants.
The path is clear.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hi, Goo. I will hold my
You
attack.
now can also see this pile of body.
Yeah, I will hold my attack action until the giants are within range.
Okay. You actually see. Let me go ahead and roll her initiative now, so now that she's there. Chief Guh turns and sees you. That one looks like a lovely meal. Bring it to me! And the hill giants move up. And make wisdom saves as they attempt to grapple you. 17 and a 19. They both succeed.
Well, first I get to hit them. Because I held my action specifically for this.
Okay, yep, you get to attack.
So my first attack, I'm just going to use the Clockwork Amulet and declare it to be a 10 on the die, which makes it a 19 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
And then the second attack, because I held my attack action, will be 11.
All right, an 11 misses. So you
Okay,
get the
but
first one.
one. He takes 16 points of damage and needs to make a strength save.
Which one are you hitting, the top or bottom?
The top one.
Okay. 16. Natural 20 on the strength roll.
Okay.
All right, and I need you to make an athletics check.
20.
With a 9, apparently his palms are greasy with food stuff, because you manage to slip right out as he tries to reach down and grab you. The other one tries to grab you. Might be another one.
23.
And again, you just get out of the way of these grasping hill giant hands. One in the back looks around, moves up, grabs some of the orc bodies, and moves over to hand them off to Guh, who just grabs them and starts munching. You hear the sound of bone and flesh going. That makes it Miracle's turn.
So do I still need to keep my attention on the wolves?
No, they are your friends currently.
Okay. Well then. Hi, we're here to talk about the ordning and stuff.
Okay. Yep.
Then. Oh, I don't have advantage, but 20 and 12.
20 hits, 12 misses. Also, who am I echoing in?
I don't know. It's not me this time. 13 total.
13 damage. Which one are you attacking? The top one or the bottom one?
Oh wait, no, 8 damage.
Sorry.
because
Hey, the second one
12
missed. Sorry, which one were you?
I'm good at math.
Were you attacking the top one or the bottom one?
The one that Fireman's next to.
Okay, it's next to both, but I guess the one that he hit.
Yeah.
Alright. Thunk. Arrow hits. Kinvalar.
All right. Well, Miracle has kindly opened diplomacy, so he doesn't have to, so he can focus on the murdering. We will move these rocks up into place next to Fyron. Oh man, one of the rocks can't get in there. That's disappointing. Oh well. So there's one attack.
They float.
on...
They can be above Fyron.
That's fair. So that's 2 attacks on the hill giant up top, 2 attacks on the one below.
Alright.
Normal. 25 and 21.
Hit.
And 11 and
Miss,
14.
Hit. 11 misses, 14 hits.
8 damage to the top, to the northernmost one, 3 to the southernmost one.
Alright.
Kinvalar is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, there. There we go. And
Don't forget the one rock that you keep forgetting about.
oh shit, you're right. Well, he's just gonna have to move up into reserve position, reserve spot. That's concentration. That's all right. I will. Which of these 2 hill giants looks most messed up?
They are both sort of equivalently messed up. The one on the top definitely looks more messed up than the other one, though, actually.
Let's see if we can finish him off with a level 3 chromatic orb.
Alright.
26.
Hits. Roll damage.
And takes 22
Dead.
Ice damage.
So this ball of ice fires out from Kinvalar, freezes over the head and upper torso of the hill giant, who just collapses backwards in a heap. Ogres are dead. Goblins are... One goblin is not dead, but it's making a save. Because it's loyal. It's insanely loyal, but is it that loyal?
After seeing a group of small people just ravage their way through in an army.
Not that loyal. Runs away. They're trying to run away, at least.
Until Goose sees it running away, just grabs it and eats it.
Goo reaches down, seeing that you guys are getting closer, reaches down, grabs a mass of the food she's sitting on, like from underneath one thigh, rears back and launches it.
Okay.
Kinvalar, does a 25 hit you?
Oh, no matter what, that hits me, yes.
You take 27 points of bludgeoning damage as a pile of semi-decomposed flesh and bone and guts and bits smashes into you.
Said 27?
Yeah, 27 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So, let me see. So I have advantage on my concentration check. And I have +4 to it because of my blade song. Wait. How many rounds has it been at this point?
You stopped counting.
I stopped counting at 5 a while back.
Well, that's really easy. Let's go back and... How many rounds does it last for?
10. A minute.
We're not yet at a minute, I don't think.
Okay.
Close, but not quite
So, okay, so I have advantage and
there. I
+4.
think it's been like 8. I think it's been like 8 rounds.
So add 4 to this. 18, I'm good.
Yep, you're fine.
I mean, I'm fucked up.
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
mean, you
fine.
got hit by a pile of food, but...
I wouldn't exactly call it food.
Farbolt.
Okay, so
You just watch Kinvalar get smashed by a pile of gunk.
okay, gonna step up here so I can actually see. Trying to think, what square is firing in? Oh, there he is.
Lots of stuff. The doorway is kind of clogged right now.
Well, I'm going to step up to here and then attack this remaining
All right.
giant here.
Give us some attacks. 19 hits.
19 will hit.
I am in melee with it, so
And
you
he's
get sneak
Sneak
attack.
attack. Shot is
And it's
that
dead.
is 35.
So yeah, you just run up this giant, embed your dagger in its throat, and ride it down to the ground.
And so that I move 10, 15. And I use the rest of my movement to come up here. Hopefully get myself a little bit of cover.
All right. The wolves continue eating the food provided to them by Miracle. Farin.
I'm gonna step over here. Well, I can't do anything without dashing. What is she sitting on? It's like a wagon.
She is sitting. So you can now look. It looks like a broken like a broken wagon of some kind that's collapsed under the weight, and there's just a mountain of food, a combination of animals, people, various ground meats, bones, corpses, now a few orcs added to the pile. And she's just sort of constantly shoving food in her mouth and now also using some of that food to throw at you. This is a massive, grotesque figure, even for a hill giant.
How stable does that wagon look? Because it looks
It's
like
already-
she's in like prime rolling path to go straight into those like boarded up holes.
It's already collapsed. It's not on wheels anymore.
All right.
Like, it's being held up by itself as a wreckage, not so much by the wheels.
You're a giant. You're not a person. I can't hold person you.
Yep.
Do I still? Yeah, just pull the shield out real quick and dash to this guy.
All right. Hill Giant's turn. That Hill Giant turns around and tries to smash you with a club.
I got the shield out.
Does a 25 hit you?
Yes,
25 bludgeoning damage.
23.
And a second attack. Does a 21 hit you?
Damn it, yes.
15 points of bludgeoning damage.
How much?
15.
13. Okay,
Or reduced by 3, it would be 12.
Sorry, 12, yeah.
Oh. Firen runs up, shield up, and just... hammer, meat, nail. Miracle.
Okay. So is everything in this little area with all the rocks dead at this point?
Yes.
Cool. Gonna check my.
Damn, I should have cast Sanctuary
Gonna
again. I
need a
forgot
dash
to.
to get anywhere. Yeah. Just gonna dash up to here.
And now you too can see Chief Guh.
You know what? Miracle's kind of. We kind of fucked up the negotiating thing when we came in at night. So he's sort of done with that. Wait. Correction. 60 would have gotten me here. And yeah. I have a bonus, so that's my turn.
Alright. Kinvalar.
All right.
I wish I had telekinesis and I could like just tilt the thing over and push Goo.
Oh,
Just like
I have an idea. Just give me time to get up there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I have a right off the bat,
Mm-hmm.
these things can move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Question. Can it doesn't specifically say, can my animated objects dash?
Yeah.
Sweet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, okay, 60. And I think I still got one more over here somewhere.
yeah, it's in the middle of. It's on the ogre corpse right next to you.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. Next to you.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay. And I do have, so I am getting 2 attacks off on it when flanking now.
You should have just like
Nobody
left the
hits.
rock next to fire, the last rock next to fire, and so you could deflect attacks on that rock. I impose disadvantage on someone attacking this rock.
Total of 10 bludgeoning.
All right.
Firen has a strong sense of justice that extends to rocks animated by allies.
Sure, why not?
And for my action, I'm fucking staying where I am, and I'm down in a goddamn superior healing potion. Because,
Oh,
ow.
you have those. Nice.
Yep.
I don't.
And
I mean, you guys were in a town. You could have stopped and tried to buy some.
superior is 84 plus 8. Okay.
All right.
Oh, and I will probably move depending on how much I actually get healed.
Mhm.
Okay, 21. That's good enough. I'm a little less dead.
You're a lot less dead.
I'm a lot less dead. So I will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm good.
All right. Chief Guh's turn. So Chief Guh begins rapidly, like, grabbing things and eating them. And in the midst of
Don't
this...
worry, we're not trying to take those from you to eat them.
In the midst of this, part of what she picks up begins squirming and screaming. And you see a little goblin that was apparently hiding in the food. Nah, nah, nah! Snake does not want to be eaten! Help me!
Okay.
And with her other hand, because now her food's fighting her, she grabs some food and throws it at... can't hit fire because giant's in the way, so throws it at... See, 2 other people. Miracle. It's an 18 hit Miracle.
18 is my AC, so yeah.
You take 19 points of bludgeoning damage as a glob of food hits you.
Alright. I'm good.
This other goblin, by the way, is running the fuck away. Alright. Farbolt.
Okay. I'm going to, whoops, that is actually change it to a cursor. And he's going to run and then dash, or bonus action dash to get to here. And I'm going to hand Fyron a greater healing potion.
So I will say, Chief Guh's miniature looks a lot better than her artwork does. I think it's mostly because her miniature's a little bit smoother and cleaner.
Yeah. So, yeah, I will hand Fyron a greater healing potion.
All right.
All
I
right.
appreciate that.
And I am down to 1 of those.
All right. The wolves continue to snack on food. Fyron.
Is she wearing a well as a crown?
Yes.
Well, I will take that potion if I can in a minute. But first,
And shields as earrings.
I will shift up here and make 2 attacks with advantage. Giant Slayer Greatsword, 25 to hit, and 23 to hit.
Both hit.
So we will pour a 2nd level Divine Smite into that first one, dealing 18 damage, plus 17 radiant damage.
All right. Second attack.
And the 2nd attack, just be normal. 20 damage.
It's dead.
To the giant.
Oh, Fyron leaps up and just smashes this giant twice with the Giant Slayer Greatsword, sending it to the ground.
Drink that potion if I can.
Yep, bonus action drink.
It's 44 plus 4.
What kind of potion was it, Farwell?
Greater.
Greater.
Yeah, 44 plus 4.
13.
Hill Giant's dead. Miracle.
Okay. So, a few questions. First one is, does someone have the stats for the Rim Erase short swords? I know that was probably my job, but...
I do not. I only got armor from them.
They're plus
They
1 short
do-
swords.
Do an extra d6 of frost damage.
Yes, with an extra d6 of frost damage.
Okay.
'Cause I'm assuming they're similar to the daggers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're...
So plus 1 to hit and damage, 1d6 damage, plus 1, plus another 1d6 of frost.
Great. Yep. Okay, and... Wait, that's a short bow. Fuck. Okay, so question 2. Does the cart look flammable?
Yeah.
Great.
Set the cart on fire.
That is the plan. Yep. 30 feet of movement I can get.
None of that meat's cooked, so it'll at least make the food
Wait, I
she's
was
eating
measuring.
healthier.
I'm sure that's gonna smell lovely.
Oh, it's gonna smell great. It
Considering
already
how
smells
rotten
great.
The food already is.
It already smells great with all this raw meat and things.
You know what rotten food.
No one
rotten
accused
meat-
No one has accused Miracle of being the most tactical of thinkers. He just doesn't feel like climbing up there.
No, it's fine. Like tactically, it's still fine. It's just gonna smell real great.
So I'm pulling out one of my Rimray short swords and my shield.
Okay.
Because-
Whoa!
What?
I don't think you've ever used your shield before, have you?
Earlier this episode.
Oh,
I've
Oh, yeah.
had it since I created the character.
right, but that doesn't mean you've used it.
This is the first episode I think that I can recall
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the first time I've actively pulled it out. Because, see, I use a bow most of the time.
Yes.
And when I don't, I'm dual wielding a lot. And yeah, the Ildarune, there's no like roll for it.
You just
It
do
just
it.
says you can
Mhm.
ignite a thing. It starts in a 1 foot. As an action, you can ignite an object within 10 feet of you. The object must be flammable, and when the fire starts, it's in a circle no larger than 1 foot in diameter.
Yeah. So a small corner of the cart Goo is sitting in bursts into flames.
Exactly. I don't know why I did that with an accent, but I did.
All right. Kitvalar.
All right. So, from the sounds of it, for all intents and purposes, it looks like we are not stopping to talk with.
It doesn't seem like Goo wants to talk. No.
Okay.
What
Well,
are
in that
those
case,
holes in the ground?
In that case,
to look.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. In that case, she gets to get stoned.
How do you know she isn't already?
15, 20. Sorry, Goblin.
This is the medieval version of stone.
15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Let's move those up a little bit so we have literally formed a pentagram around her.
Just for aesthetic purposes.
Just for aesthetic purposes are important.
They are.
Whack, 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 whack.
Also, the pentagram gives all of them advantage.
That too.
Shots and shots and shots and shots and shots.
25.
Yuck. That hits.
At
It's
some point,
a-
we're going to make a macro that's just
27,
all the tiny objects with
27,
flanking.
and 16.
All of them hit. Her armor class is 9.
No, God.
I hit her on a natural 1, aside from the fact that a natural 1 always misses.
9, 18. So that is 28 points of damage.
All right.
5.
The rocks
10.
seem to bounce off the blubber more than anything else. Boom, boom, boom. Her whole
that's
body
fine.
is wiggling now, though, which, you have that vision in your head.
You're a terrible person.
I'm hitting her with rocks.
Let's see. Let's
Also, for purposes of Fyron's Giant Slayer, she is both considered prone and not prone at the same time. because she can't stand up to fall down, but
she
she's
also
also
can't-
too big for you to tower over.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I've got a clear shot where I can fire a lightning bolt and I'm not going to hit any of my party.
There you go. Except for that
Dude.
rock.
Do I get advantage just because she can't get out of the way?
Not really, but you get advantage for flanking with the rocks, and you also, it's almost impossible for you to miss her.
It is literally impossible for me to miss her. The only way that I can miss is rolling a natural one.
Yeah.
So this is a level 4 lightning bolt.
She has a speed of 0 feet and an armor class of 9, so.
Like, if natural ones were not auto failures, it would actually be 100% impossible to miss her.
She has a dex of 1.
Then she needs a nat 20 to make the save.
Rolled him -2.
So that is 30 points of lightning damage. Oh, and roll 1d20 plus.
This is why
2.
Guh is the easiest of the
I
giant
reinforced
lords.
in my idea that setting the car on fire was a good plan.
Oh yeah, she can't get away.
But the rock dies.
Okay. The rock, lowercase t, lowercase r.
Yes.
Let's make a Goliath barbarian wrestler.
Oh, that
Named-
joke has been made many times.
Oh, it has been. It was made in Critical Role, actually. It was the boulder.
Yep.
That joke was also made in
Yeah.
Avatar as the boulder.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, there is somebody created a stone golem,
Yeah.
the rock,
Yep.
gave them specific attacks,
Yeah.
like the people's elbow and the rock bottom, and it's great. Anyways, that is my turn.
All right. Chief Guh's turn. Chief Guh continues trying to eat this goblin who is fighting, trying, help me.
Sorry, Goblin. We're working on it.
And flings a pile of food at Kinvalar. But a 13 misses.
Yeah, I don't even have to shield that.
Firebolt.
Debating, do I actually want to get...
Also, the fire
Close.
spreads slightly more, and you're starting to smell burning, rotting meat.
Yeah. I'll move up to here, and I will attack.
All right.
Oh, God, the smell.
It's not bad enough they have to make a Constitution saving throw at least. 23 hits.
Yet. I just said it
And
on
sneak attack because the rocks
I mean,
are there.
you're also flanking with the rocks, by the way.
Oh, well, let's see if there's... Just to see if there's a critical.
Yep. Nope.
Nope.
All right.
Okay. So that is 22 points. 22, and then take an offhand swipe. With
Also
advantage.
advantage. Yep. A
No.
16 hits
Oh, wow.
for 10.
10.
All right. Firen.
Get to the other side of the rock.
And you're flanking with a rock, so.
It didn't really matter if I wasn't. Giant Slayer, 26.
Yes.
And we will put another second level Divine Smite into that. For 20 regular damage and 10 radiant damage. So 30 damage from that swing. And then Giant Slayer, 22.
Hits.
And then my last first level spell and my last spell grand total for 24 slashing damage and
Beat 16. You beat 16.
Well,
Wow, that's with
radiant
Bane.
damage.
That's with Bane, never mind. Still alive as you carved bits of goo.
I would have had to roll 2 8s to get 16.
Miracle.
Miracle could probably get that remaining 4 damage out, though.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it, I'm going back to my bow because I really don't feel like climbing up there or anything.
That's a good idea.
Especially because I don't know if the fire's spreading fast enough to actually do anything, but
It's spreading. It's not very fast.
It'll probably dispose of the corpse.
It will definitely dispose of the corpse.
that's true. Oh, I just
Although-
had a thought. There is a low chance that I fucked with our chances of actually getting the conch.
I mean, the conch is probably a magical item. It'll survive the fire. The question is just how long do we have to wait for everything to burn down?
Make me a perception check. Everyone in the room. Just, by the way.
15 to hit with the longbow.
That hits.
I did not mean to roll with advantage.
And
7.
18 to hit.
That also hits. The 6 piercing killed her.
16 total.
The 6 piercing killed her. So yeah, arrow into the folds around the neck, and the goblin that she was holding manages to break free and gets on the ground. And you all sort of notice at roughly this point, because the arrow actually landed right next to it, there's a large conch attached to her necklace, right next to where the arrow is.
I say aloud, if you want to live, Snurt, grab the conch.
He scrambles up, grabs it, yanks it off, and comes back down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as Snurt, sort of cowering, like kowtowing, holding the conch up above his head for you all, that's where we're going to end this session. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Adios.
Goodbye.